Hi, Charles Clendena and Grayson One Videos here. Today we're going to be talking about the Pedego Boomerang bicycle, but before we do that, I do want to pick up on a couple of accessories that I thought of after the last film we had. So let's run through those right quick. First off, you might want to carry a pair of nitrile gloves with you when you're out on a ride. If you have a chain slip off and it's greasy, you slip that on and you can put that chain back on without getting your hands dirty. Or if one of your mates takes a fall and they have a little blood, you might want to slip the gloves on while you tend the first aid. So that's just nitrile gloves, a pair of those, very light. Another thing you might want to, when you're doing distance riding, there is skin to skin pressure, so you might want to use Body Glide on those points where the skin to skin is. It helps make a smooth ride. Now you might see that I have some wasp and hornet spray here, and the wasp and hornet spray is not for wasp and hornets when you're spraying, but look, if you happen to get chased by a dog, look, yeah, that'll chase the dog off quicker than anything. If you're worried about maybe some bad guys, you might want to talk about carrying a little pepper spray. Also works on dogs. Just lift that lid up, red spray, pepper, dog will leave you alone, and so will the bad guys. Now we have, if you don't have the bike shorts like I talked about, this is something you can add to your bike. It's an accessory. It's a gel foam seat. It would simply go right over here. As you can see, mine's still in the pack, so I'm not using it, but it is an alternative to shorts. So those are a few accessories that make life a little easier. So I want to talk about now is the bicycle itself. You'll notice the bike here, the battery is in the out position. I'm going to put it in, which will then activate the electrical system, and you'll hear it click in. Listen, you hear that? Yes. Now I know it's clicked in, and I know it's on, so when we get up here to electronics, you'll see. So we'll start with the back of the bicycle. The battery pack here, the battery carrier, almost invisible to the eye. You'll also notice that on the back we have a rear fender. Now if you're going to go through water, that rear fender keeps water from coming up on you. Not all bikes have those, so it's a good thing to have. These is your derailleur system that changes your gears. It is this is an Acera by Shimano, excellent brand, pretty highly rated. Another feature on this bike you'll see that you might want to think about when you're buying your bike is a chain guard. They don't all come with a chain guard, so if you're going to be wearing long pants when you ride, you would want to have that on there. So pedals, well, you might say, well Charles, all bikes come with pedals, and of course that's correct, they do, but if you order yours online and it comes in a box, one thing you need to know, there's a right pedal and a left pedal, and they're threaded differently, so make sure you know the difference between the right and left when you do that. Right here you'll see a quick release. You simply push that way. A little bit of a struggle, but then the seat can go up and down depending on your height. So as we move now to the front of the bike, you'll see this carrier here. You put your drink bottle in there, and that's the way you have your drink right handy. So here's your quick release on your front tire. Again, this bike is equipped with a front, we'll move that so you can see that nicely. This is a front fender, so again, water coming up will not get on you. And underneath this bag, there's a headlight, so that if you do any night riding, the headlight will keep you safe. One thing I'll mention about these tires while we're talking about the front end of the bike, this is a Kevlar reinforced tire that's very puncture resistant. So when you get your bike from your shop, you might ask about Kevlar reinforced tires, and that way there's a little bit less worry when you are out on the road. So we're going to step around to the front here. Come on, cameraman Dave. Now you'll see this bag here, which I've added some reflectorized tape. This did not come with the bicycle. I fixed it here and here with zip ties. And this is where I carry a few little things like a bungee cord, my lock, and some things like that. Now you remember, come around here Dave please. We talked about in one of the earlier videos about disc brakes. This is the disc here, and when you squeeze the handle here, you see that motion right there? That activates the calipers that then slow the bike down. You'll notice the left activates the front brake, and the right one activates the back brake. We'll show you that. So as we come on around, you will see that I added this extra mirror. This did not come with the bike. If you're riding and you want to kind of see what's coming behind you, that's a great little thing to have. This little bell here is if you want to, whoop, that's not working today, but it tells you if you're coming up on somebody. You've got nice grips to hold onto the bike. And then down here is another thing that not all bikes come with. You'll notice there's a kickstand. And you go, well, I thought all bikes came with kickstands, and most of them do. But again, when you're ordering, make sure that you know what you're ordering. So now we get to this right here. This is where the key goes if you wanted to unlock your battery and take it out. Now for purposes of this video, I'm going to leave that key in there. All you do is turn the key, pull the battery, and out it comes. Remember we talked about the motors in the earlier video. Here is the actual electrical motor that drives this bike, and by now from watching the videos you know this is a rear hub drive motor. This is just a little auxiliary reflector that I've added, so that's just a nice thing to have. Makes a little more visibility. Now one thing I am going to mention, is back in the old days, bikes that had a crossbar or this, and you call them a girl's bike or a boy's bike. No more. This is just called a step through. Now watch, I'm a senior citizen, but instead of having to throw my leg up, I just step through like this, and I'm on the bike. An excellent feature. So that takes us to the mechanics of riding the bike itself. And this will take you getting a little bit of used to, but I'm going to show you. Cameraman, please come over here. We're going to go with the electronics first. So I've got my power on. This right here is the power button. And it comes up, and the first thing it tells me is I have a 26-inch tire on my bike. That's pre-programmed. Typically it would either be 26, 24, maybe a 28 or 27. So there are some different things here. Up here, I don't know if you can see that or not, Dave, but this right here is the speedometer. So this will tell you how fast you're going in miles per hour. And for the people in Europe watching this, you can switch it to kms. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off to see this. Now you'll notice right here, I've got 5 bars of power. As your battery is used and consumes, the bars go down this way. I've never been, even riding 45 miles in one day, below 3 bars. So over here, you'll see what it calls PAS. That's Pedal Assist System. And what that does is if you are on level ground and perhaps you want to get a little exercise on your legs, you could just push the 1 button, plus button, and you have 1. That's very little assist. So if you get to a little bit steeper hill, watch this, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in 5, you're pedaling, but you're almost feeling nothing. It's almost like gliding. The only thing you're not doing is full throttle electric. So, and to go back down to a lower gear, let's say you crested a hill and you got to level, you want to get back to 0, or maybe to 1. Now, this works in conjunction with, we're going to flip this around. Oops, can we see over here, Dave?
Coming around.
These are what I call your mechanical gears. And you'll notice you got 1, 2, 3. It's in 3 right now. The red dot tells you that. I'm not going to shift these now because you're supposed to be moving the pedals and riding when you shift. But this has a very clever feature. If you want to go up, you push this button down here. That moves your gears up. If you want to go down the gears, you push that button right there. And while you're pedaling, and the whole thing works almost seamlessly. So the trick to riding on an electrical bike is you want to coordinate your mechanical gears with your pedal assist system. So you could be on a steep hill in 1, 2, or 3 mechanical, and maybe say a 2 or 3 pedal assist electronic, and you're going up a hill like a teenager. Great system. So if you're going downhill, you can move this up to 6 or so. Move your pedal assist to 1 or 0. If you put it on 0, of course, you're saving some battery, and that makes riding this bike tremendous. Now, one thing that not all electric bikes have, but the Pedegos do, is this is a throttle. Now, I've got the battery on, so I'm not going to actually activate it because you would actually see the bike jump. So, well, let's try it anyway and see. Okay, watch the bike now when I hit this throttle. Whoop, you see that? That's some action there, isn't it? So if you are riding about town and you only have a 2 or 3 mile commute, it would be very feasible with a full charge battery that you could put it in 1 or 2 and just ride the throttle just like you were driving a car. And when you got to work, you park your bike and you just throttle back home. But most people, if they have a bike, they actually want to ride the bike and pedal. So that covers a lot of the features and benefits of the Pedego Boomerang and many other electric bikes that would have similar type features. I did show you the headlight here, and then this one has in the back a built-in to the battery tail light. One other thing I'll mention is that in some of the other videos you probably saw a basket on the back, and that's this right here. I got this, I think this is actually a tennis ball basket for thing, but I fastened it on here. I've affixed, we'll turn it that way. This is a nice orange reflectorized so that people can see me when they're approaching from here. Also, when the bike is not in use, I store my helmet, gloves. I hope that gives you a great idea about the Pedego Boomerang bike. Grayson One videos, and next time we're going to be talking up in Athens about a Trek bicycle. If you have any questions, be sure to comment, and of course we'd like you to subscribe to Grayson One videos, and please tell your friends about us, and as always, have a great day.